The race to become the next mayor of New York City is getting very exciting. There are three main people hoping to win the job. One is Zohran Mamdani, who is a young member of the New York State Assembly. He is known for his progressive ideas and is part of the Democratic Socialists of America. Another important candidate is Brad Lander, who is currently the city controller. This job means he is in charge of managing the city's money. Lander is also a progressive politician and has a lot of experience in city government, which many voters find very appealing. Both Mamdani and Lander are Democrats and are popular with left-leaning voters. The third major candidate in this race is Andrew Cuomo. Mr. Cuomo is a very famous politician in New York. He was the governor of the state for many years, which is a very powerful position. He had to leave his job as governor, but now he wants to return to politics by becoming the mayor of New York City. Cuomo is also a Democrat, but his political ideas are more towards the center compared to Mamdani and Lander. He often talks about his experience and his ability to manage big problems, which he believes makes him the best person to lead the city and make it safer for everyone. This election is very important because the winner will lead one of the biggest and most famous cities in the world. The contest is mainly happening within the Democratic Party. Because so many New Yorkers are registered as Democrats, the person who wins the party's primary election in June is very likely to become the next mayor. This makes the competition between Mamdani, Lander, and Cuomo incredibly fierce. They are all trying very hard to convince voters that their vision for the future of New York City is the right one, and they are spending a lot of time and money on their campaigns. The date of the primary election is getting very close, which adds to the pressure on all the candidates. Early voting starts on June 15th and the main election day is June 24th, 2025. This means the candidates only have a short time left to talk to voters and win their support. Recent polls have shown that the race is very tight. For a long time, Andrew Cuomo was leading, but a new poll has shown Zohran Mamdani slightly ahead for the first time. This close result makes the final days of the campaign even more critical for everyone involved in this important political contest. In this election, two candidates, Zohran Mamdani and Brad Lander, have decided to work together. They have made a special agreement called a cross endorsement. This means that Mamdani is telling his supporters that if they like him, they should also support Lander. In return, Lander is telling his own supporters to do the same for Mamdani. It is like two friends agreeing to help each other. They are not running as one person, but they are asking their voters to think of them as a team. This kind of teamwork is not very common in politics, which makes their decision a big piece of news in the race. This teamwork is especially important because of how New York City holds its elections. The city uses a system called ranked choice voting. This system is a little different from just picking one favorite candidate. Instead of choosing only one person, voters can rank up to 5 candidates in the order they like them. They can put their favorite candidate as number 1, their second favorite as number 2, and so on. This allows voters to have more of a say in who wins, even if their first choice does not have enough votes to win on their own. Ranked choice voting works in rounds. After everyone votes, the first choice votes are all counted. If one candidate gets more than 50% of the votes, they win straight away. But if no one gets more than 50%, the counting continues. The candidate with the fewest number 1 votes is removed from the race. The votes from people who chose that candidate are then given to their second choice. This process continues, with the last place candidate being removed in each round until only 2 candidates are left. The one with more votes at the end is the winner. The cross-endorsement between Mamdani and Lander is a smart plan designed specifically for this voting system. They are hoping that their supporters will listen to their advice. A voter who likes Mamdani might put him as number 1 and then put Lander as number 2. Likewise, a Lander supporter might rank him first and Mamdani second. By combining their supporters in this way, they hope that even if one of them is eliminated, their votes will go to the other, making them stronger together than they would be apart and giving them a better chance to win. The main reason Zohran Mamdani and Brad Lander are working together is to try and stop Andrew Cuomo from becoming the next mayor. They believe that if they compete against each other, they will split the votes of people who want a progressive leader. This could make it easier for Mr. Cuomo to win the election. By joining forces, they hope to gather enough votes between them to beat him. Their goal is to make sure that a progressive candidate, not a more moderate one like Cuomo, ends up leading New York City and shaping its future policies. This strategy is strongly supported by a powerful group called the Working Families Party, or WFP. The WFP is a political party that supports progressive causes and candidates. Earlier in the year, they endorsed a group of candidates they felt would be good for the city. They ranked Mamdani as their first choice and Lander as their second. The WFP has been encouraging these candidates to form alliances to make their side stronger. They see the Mamdani-Lander partnership as a very important and powerful move that could change the outcome of the entire race. Mamdani and Lander think that Andrew Cuomo's ideas are not what New York City needs right now. They want to focus on issues like making housing more affordable, improving public transport, and supporting working-class families in different ways. They feel that Mr. Cuomo represents an older style of politics that does not fit with their vision for a more equal city. By presenting a united progressive front, they are offering voters a clear alternative to Cuomo's campaign, which has focused more on his past experience as a manager and his promises to make the city safer. The Cuomo campaign has said that this new teamwork will not make a difference. A spokesperson for Mr. Cuomo stated that the endorsement won't move the needle, meaning they do not believe it will change people's minds. Cuomo's team continues to paint him as the experienced leader the city needs, while suggesting that Mamdani is too young and does not have enough experience for such a big job. Other candidates in the race are also watching this development closely. Some have not decided if they will join the alliance, while one former progressive candidate has even decided to support Cuomo instead. This new partnership between Zoran Mamdani and Brad Lander could have a very big impact on the final days of the mayoral race. By combining their efforts, they are creating a single, strong, progressive option for voters. This makes the choice for people who do not want Andrew Cuomo to win much simpler. Instead of having to decide between two similar candidates, they can now support both. This could be very effective in the later rounds of ranked choice voting, where every single second choice vote becomes incredibly important and can decide the final winner. The timing of this announcement is also very clever. It happened just before early voting began, giving the news enough time to reach voters as they start to make their final decisions. Both candidates have been gaining support recently. Mamdani received a key endorsement from popular Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and Lander performed very well in the last big television debate. This joint move might give them even more momentum at the perfect time, creating a wave of excitement and support that could carry one of them to victory over the frontrunner. However, the success of this plan is not guaranteed. It depends entirely on whether their supporters will actually follow their advice. Some voters might have a different second choice in mind, or they might choose not to rank anyone else after their favorite. The Cuomo campaign is counting on this. They hope that voters will stick with Mr. Cuomo because of his name recognition and his message of experience. The final result will show whether this progressive strategy was a brilliant political move or a gamble that did not quite manage to pay off in the end. This situation shows just how interesting and unpredictable politics can be, especially with a system like ranked choice voting. It reminds people of the 2021 mayoral race, where a similar late-stage alliance almost changed the outcome. The Mamdani-Lander partnership is a bold attempt to learn from the past and unite a political movement. As the election gets closer, all eyes will be on the voters of New York City to see if this progressive teamwork is enough to block Andrew Cuomo's political comeback and choose a different path for the city's future.